The goal is to combine two animal images. My base animal will be a squirrel. I'll search for large images that can be reused. I'll select an image that has enough background and I can tell the subject easily apart from the background. I'll find the original image and I copy it. I'll go to Photoshop and create a file the size of a clipboard. I'll paste the image here. It should fit perfectly. I'll select a photo of a lion to be my other image. I'll try to find an image that has a head that can be easily cut out. I'll copy the original image, go to Photoshop, create a new file the size of a clipboard and paste the image here. I'll select the head of the lion with the quick selection tool. I'll reduce the selection with Alt pressed. I'll refine some of the areas with the lasso tool. I'll go to refine the edge in select and mask. First I'll add hairiness with edge detection. After this I'll use the quick selection tool and the lasso around the nose. There shouldn't be that much hairiness on that area. On the areas that has the longest hair, I'll go through with the refine edge brush. When I'm happy with the selection, I'll go back to the normal mode, copy the selection by clicking on Ctrl+C, go to the squirrel file and paste it with Ctrl+V. I'll go to free transform mode and put the lion head to its proper position. I'll reduce the opacity of the lion head for an easier fit. When I'm happy with the composition, I put the opacity back to 100% and press Enter to accept the free transform. I'll blend the selection by erasing the lion head with a soft-edged eraser. The length of the hair of the animals are quite fitting. Next I'll remove the ear of the squirrel. For this I use the clone stamp tool. I define the source point with Alt-click. Near the tail I need to do some more work. I'll make a lasso selection of the tail and use edge detection in select and mask. Now I have a hairy tail selected. I'll inverse the selection by right-clicking and select inverse. Now only the background is selected and not the hairy selection on the tail. Now I can use the clone stamp tool near the tail. I'll refine the fitting of the lion head. Next I'll want that the lion chin looks like it's between the paws. There is two ways of doing this. Either putting a paw copy on top of the lion head or removing the lion's chin from the area of the paw. I'll do the second one. I'll make the lion head invisible and enter the squirrel layer. I make a selection on the paw and refine it a bit. I'll go back to the normal mode and put the lion head back to visible and go onto that layer. Now I have the paw selection, but I am on the lion layer. I'll click on delete and the lion head is removed from that area. I'll refine the color of the head with hue saturation. I'll use the burn and dodge tools to lighten and darken the layer a bit. I also use the sponge tool with desaturate mode. I'll remove some of the color from the lion's fur. I'll then remove some of the saturation overall from hue saturation. The head of the lion looks a bit blurred. I'll sharpen it a bit with a sharpened brush. I can see that its depth of field is quite small. It starts to blur already on the other foot. I'll copy this effect to the lion head. It's easy to do this with the blur brush. I'll paint the areas that are more far away to be blurry. I'll add some local saturation with the sponge tool. I'll go through some of the areas with the eraser tool. I'm happy with the lion squirrel.